Welcome back to the Cup Check Podcast, episode 16. This is where buddies get together to discuss sports, relationships, culture, current events, and everything in between. Nothing's off limits. Been friends for over 20 years, but rarely agree on anything. So with no further ado, episode 16. Let's begin. How y'all doing?
I wouldn't really classify y'all as friends, especially the last couple of days. I really haven't liked y'all. You know, I told y'all I wasn't going on that trip with y'all.
So, it ain't no trip.
Yeah,
newsflash.
New update like that trip ain't happening.
It ain't happening.
Ain't no trip happening, man.
I spearheaded. That's fine. It ain't happening. Shit.
Yeah, you did.
Good
job,
you tank shit like you usually do.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I threw in the towel. Made everybody else throw in the towel. You know what I'm saying?
You know your role.
Yeah.
Great job.
Yeah.
F
y'all.
You suck.
Especially last night. F y'all.
Yeah, y'all ruined my whole vibe. I was up there watching Atlanta. It just came on, so I started watching TV again.
I know I gotta check that out.
Yeah, it's great, man.
Final season, right?
Yeah, like it's some like deep triggering stuff happening. And I was like, yo, I feel the same way. Yeah, so
yeah, check it out.
Definitely gotta watch it.
All right,
good stuff.
Cool, man. All right, well, let's get into it. Episode 16. So, opening debate, question or topic. All right. So there was a story. All these stories come out and social media and radio, they be talking about stuff. So there was this dude getting blasted on social media. He told his wife that he was going to leave her if she didn't lose weight and get in shape. Right? Damn, it was slurping ass. Man.
Slurp dude.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Y'all hear that?
Them soup cooler.
Finish the story,
lips,
man. Fuck. Finish the story.
Soup cooler lips, man.
Finish the story, man. The benefits of being black. There we go. Come on now.
So the man told his wife that he was going to leave her if she didn't lose weight and get in shape. So is he wrong?
Is that a question?
That's
a question. Is he wrong?
Is he wrong?
Is he right?
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm trying to find out.
He's wrong, man.
Yeah. He's wrong to say something like that. I mean, it's pretty vain, especially if this is his wife, right?
Yeah, his wife.
How long have you been married? I mean, it doesn't matter.
I'm not sure. I don't know how long.
Okay,
they've been married for a little while.
So by like, if it's your wife, it's for better or for worse, for sicker through poor, through sickness through help.
Obviously,
I'm married, so
you ain't
I don't
never
know
said those words before, huh?
I clearly have never said these words, so I don't know.
All through them words.
You have the right to remain silent, whatever it is.
Yeah, you know those words though.
Yeah. All that shit. Nah, but you're supposed to be with that person through thick and thin, and regardless of what happens. So for him to make that move, it is pretty vain. However, I will say that, can I knock him for saying it? It depends. Like, is that how he met his wife? I mean, maybe she's changed. Maybe she got the laziness. Again, it's vain, but there could be stipulations that we're not aware of. That is a reason for him saying that.
So it's common for people in relationships to get comfortable. Men, women, whatever. You get comfortable, right?
Yep.
Right.
So it's wrong to get comfortable. It is terrible to get comfortable because you stop doing the things that you initially did to get that person. So he's wrong for doing it, but encourage her or him to look, man, let's do this together.
Right.
Not like, oh, I'm leaving your fat ass because you didn't got fat, shit like that's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know what? You had the kids, whatever the situation, life, whatever, the pandemic, people, shit happen, so it's like, all right, look, man, we're going to do this together. I'm gonna help you. Not like, hey, I'm about to leave you because you just got fat on me.
Now, what if she decides, you know what? He or she's just like, you know what? I don't want to do it because I just don't want to do it.
That's the comfortability, right?
So then is he right for saying, okay, I'm going to leave you?
If he's not physically attracted.
Okay.
Because physical attraction to me,
I get it.
In my opinion, right? Physical attraction is one part of the thing that leads to the relationship, not the whole thing. Right. But one part. So if you start losing certain parts of what got you together initially, then you're just gonna lose that person pretty much. That's my opinion.
Yeah, we don't know what the outside circumstances is, right? So I mean, it could have been, he wanted to lose it because of some health issues, or who knows, you know what I mean? And if it's to that point where I feel like the only time where he wouldn't be wrong is if it got to the point where it's like, all right, you're endangering yourself, like your health and your well-being, and like you just won't, like you just refuse to, I still don't know. I'm gonna leave you. I don't know. If you're married, I feel like that's one of them things. Like you gotta try to work this shit out. But yeah, I mean, it's, like you said, it's kind of a vain thing to say. But hey, man,
it's very vain. That's the real reason behind it. Like it could be a scapegoat too. Could be some other stuff going on using that physical attribute as a scapegoat to get out. Like, well, shit, your ass big anyway. I'm getting out of here. Like it could be something like that. Who knows? There's a lot of we need more context, but if it's just that's very vain, and it's pretty fucked up.
All right, so I mean, you just flip it then, right? I mean, we're all men on this thing. If your lady said, "I'm leaving you because you lost all your hair," you know what I'm saying? How would you feel?
The fuck, man?
I'm just looking at the screen, dog. Nothing personal.
I'll be like, you know what? I would be like, all right, because I'm not doing the toupees. I'm not doing the Carlos Boozer. That ain't happening.
Hey man,
we can draw that hairline.
Nah, we ain't drawing shit because I'm bald and beautiful, baby. Come on now. Listen out.
There you go,
baby.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
That's right. That's right.
I'm just trying to flip it around. Give us a
no, I mean it goes both ways though. I mean, it's one of those things that being vain can affect a man or a woman either way. It just depends, how you take it, how you perceive it, how you state it, and whether or not you and the other person is willing to work through it. There's nothing wrong with saying, "Hey, I don't like this attribute of you anymore."
Get your ass
respectfully,
in shape. Get your ass in shape.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, what are you going to help me get through it? Are you going to help yourself get through it first, and I can meet you halfway, and we can pull through it, or are you just going to just say, "All right, then, cool, hand me that burrito"? I don't know. It's your choice. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's the common theme of all of our talks about relationships is like, we in this thing gotta so gotta make it work together.
Indeed.
All right, man. All right, cool, man. So we got a lot of stuff happening in the news recently. Just within the past couple of days, man, we've had a lot of things that we changed our topics last minute because of everything that's going on. And so we're hearing today about this whole Robert Sarver thing and all the stuff that's going on with him. So I don't know if Roy, you want to share some of the stuff that you got going or that you've heard and
yes, sir.
What's happening with that dude, man?
Yeah, so
crazy.
Robert Sarver. So if you guys don't know, he's the majority owner of the Phoenix Suns of the NBA and the Phoenix Mercury of the WNBA. So he was recently suspended for a year and fined $10 million for his behavior related to racism, misogynistic actions, and bullying in the workplace. So this came down from Adam Silver, who's the NBA commissioner, based off investigations that was done by an independent law firm. However, the law firm has stated that they found nothing in Sarver's conduct that was motivated by racial or gender-based things. So based upon that, all he got was this year-long suspension and a fine. Backlash from all this stuff has been, Players Association calling for him to step down, kind of giving the Donald Sterling treatment, want him to lifetime ban from the NBA. LeBron, CP3 came out, posted their feelings on Twitter and other social media outlets. Sponsorships are at loss here. PayPal is talking about pulling out of their sponsorship deal with the Suns. If he's still in as the owner come NBA, that's $3 million a season they signed up for, as far as being like the logo on their jersey.
On the jersey, right?
And then the minority owner of the Suns, he's calling for his resignation ASAP because of the whole, this shouldn't be allowed in our league, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I guess my question to y'all, officially start off before I give more context, is that do you think the NBA did the right thing so far? As based off the findings, did they, address the situation the right way, or should they have done more?
I guess I'll jump in first, man. They didn't do enough.
Right.
So when I heard the story, when I first heard the story, on ESPN or whatever, I'm thinking he getting the Donald Sterling treatment, immediately lifetime ban, voted out, made to sell the team, all that stuff. $10 million for a billionaire is it's not a lot of money.
No.
It's
a slap on the wrist.
Like you just said, they get $3 million alone just from that one sponsor.
Right.
So, that's not a lot of money. That's not a big thing to him, right? The 1 year suspension, man, he could sit in his mansion for a year, just watch the games. That's nothing. So no, they didn't do enough, but due to the public outcry, they're going to do more. They have to. And they know it. Yeah.
That was going to be my follow-up to that.
But I don't know if they will, because I mean, the way Adam Silver came out, he tried to make it seem like, oh no, he wants him to be remorseful and take responsibility, accountability, and all that other stuff. But it's like, dude, first of all, this. Have y'all seen some of the like the stuff that he's done?
Yes,
and said?
I was just gonna say. I was gonna bring that up.
I got an example right here, man.
Bro, like
he's wild. He's a wild dude.
Like it just reminded me of these good old boys that just like, you know, they get old. Yeah, they old, they stuck in their ways, and they do stuff because they can, and nobody's ever checked them on it. Like I guarantee you, just like Sterling wasn't the only one, I guarantee you he ain't. There's plenty of other owners that he talks to like that, and they all talk together like that. You know what I mean?
Of course.
So, you know, whatever, whether it's using the N-word and then talking about condoms and business meetings, he pulled down the pants of an employee during the ice bucket challenge. Like granted, it seems funny, like, you know, but when you're that type of dude and people already categorize you as being this kind of guy, whatever, misogynistic and all this other stuff, and you're doing these things and like you think it's funny. There was something about him like getting naked in front of one of his employees. Like it's just yeah, dude.
Man, the type of shit that'll have a regular person in HR. You be in HR office fast,
right?
You know,
exactly.
Talking to Nancy from HR, like, did you do this stuff?
Right.
You know, it's so I had pulled up a something he did, right? So, man, so he said, you know, why does Draymond Green get to run up the court and say nigger?
Right.
Look at the ER. With the ER on the end.
The hard ER.
We know what the ER is between the A. That's
right.
And then the person he's talking to said, you can't say that, you know, who's a black man, right? And then Sarver said, why? Draymond Green says, nigger.
Again.
Again. And then the black guy's like, you can't fucking say that. Like, it's like, why do I got to keep educating? It's 2022, 21, 20, whatever, man. Why do you got to keep educating people on the effects of that word? You know, me personally. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's like one of several stories though that with him using that word and just saying it freely to tell his recount of another story that happened.
Right. That's what he always said.
That's what he always said. I'm just telling you what happened. I'm like, no, you're in there. People are telling you can't use that word. Like, I'm offended. You know, there's words that have been used in other. Of course, it's not related to race, but you know, the LGBTQ community. When we use words and you say you can't use that, well, why not? That's what I know. Like, you can't do that stuff. That's just the time, the life and times that we're in. And then there was another thing that he talked about when a black coach had asked, like, he asked the black coach, what can they change with the organization? And the coach had said, we need to be more diverse, like diversity. He said, I hate diversity. He said he thought the dude was talking about basketball principles on offense and defense.
Bro, no.
We should have a consistent basketball philosophy instead of being diverse. No. Full stop. Like, you know what he was talking about. And then the thing with demeaning women, you know, talking down to pregnant women, had a woman pass through the hallway, looking at her breast saying, hey, did you get an upgrade this summer? You know, like, he said that. That's on record. Wow. It's like, yo.
Wow.
He's just recklessly talking because it's a power flex. It's one of those things that no one has ever stopped him, like y'all said. And it's just like, no one's checking him. And then Donald Sterling's kind of like defense, it was weak to me. Like, everything he said in the interview is like, people were taking him to task. Like, well, if this happens at anybody else's job, they're fired immediately. Why is he any different?
Exactly. Because he's the owner. They got that title, owner. That's why.
And then you got to get voted out, and there's a process. You got to have 3/4 of the vote to be voted out. Similar process that happened with Sterling. But the thing that Silver was just like, I didn't see, based off the findings, that it needs to get to that point. And I'm like,
he didn't have the balls to pull the trigger.
Right.
That's what it was.
And this is the one part where I'm like, Silver got to be better, man.
Right.
He's been great up to this point.
He works for the owners, just like Goodell.
Exactly.
They work for the owners, right? So they can only do and say so much. It's going to take the players and the public to be like, look, this needs to happen now. Once that money starts falling off, like the sponsors start dropping off, he going to have to. You know, NBA
when the bottom line's affected, that's what's going to happen. Yep.
Yeah.
So I definitely agree. It's going to be something where it may not happen right now, but in time, he's going to end up having he's going to end up resigning.
Yeah, it's going to keep coming. The heat going to keep coming.
Segue though. Since we're talking about this, are you offended if somebody uses? We talked about this a long time ago. You offended when somebody uses the N-word?
Are they
somebody that's not black?
Yeah, of course.
I don't think I'm offended anymore.
Why?
I don't know, man. Like,
I don't know is not an answer, dude. You're not saying.
No. I was going to explain. You know, so it's so commonly used. Like I don't know. Like, and I'm talking about people who don't look like. Okay, for example, you look at Rob. If you just saw Rob in the street, No. Listen, stop laughing.
I'm listening, man.
If you seen Rob in the street, you wouldn't know
violence today.
No, you wouldn't know that his dad is black.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? You would look at him and think like, oh shit, this Hawaiian, whatever. You would think the other side of his heritage is really thing. So if you hear him saying the N-word in public, like, hold on. And then you got to, people got to break down their family tree to figure out who's the black person in their family, right?
Okay.
Because I mean, no, really, because I see it so commonly nowadays where it's like, hey, is this person even black? And they're saying, it's like, am I offended somewhat, but not like I probably used to be.
Because I think
if you put the ER on the end, hell yeah.
I think as a culture, sometimes we get desensitized by that stuff. I mean, I can't sit here and say that I'm never offended. Now, am I going to sit there and wallow like an angry black man when I hear it? Probably not, because I'm picking and choosing when I should do that, and I got a lot of shit to lose, and I'm not, going to jail for no word like that. But I just think we get desensitized by it because it is used so commonly, just in general. So I think that's what you're trying to say. I guess I assume. Trying to clean it up here for you. Okay.
No, I forgot. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's
moving on.
Yeah, please.
But overall, if he was anybody else's boss, that fool would be in HR or somewhere else.
Yeah, fast.
He asked the player
right away.
He asked the player, "Hey, what would you do if your boss asked you if you shaved your balls?"
Like, dude,
you know what I'm saying? Like what? What do you mean?
Yeah.
These dudes be wilding, man.
You could do that when you're the owner.
Yeah, when you're writing the checks, I guess.
So more news we got coming out of our hood in LA. Y'all heard the news, recent news with PNB Rock. Yeah, man, sad situation.
Yeah. So PNB Rock, man, real name Rakim Allen, fatally shot while
This is JT talking, by the way. You just say who you are. People need to know voices.
Man, they gonna see this on video.
No, people don't. I'm just
everybody know
the tape.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, hey man, they know my voice by now. This is episode.
This is the guy.
Hey man, stop interrupting my segment.
This is the guy.
I'm about to mute both of y'all.
This is Roy saying that this is James about to talk. JT.
And this is Robert saying that this is the one that usually his mic usually sucks, but it sounds a little better.
Yeah, Mike's great today. It's great.
All right, go ahead, man.
Anyway, so Rakim Allen, PNB Rock, right? Fatally shot while eating lunch with his girlfriend, mother of his children, Stephanie, at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles on Manchester and Main Street. A suspect who has not been yet identified by authorities is still at large. Approached the rapper and ordered him to hand over jewelry and other items. Moments later, suspect pulled out a gun and shot PNB Rock several times. The 30-year-old rapper was killed after being shot in the back and chest, the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner coroner ruled Friday. So this just happened this past Monday.
That's right.
How do you feel about that, man? Just hearing about something so close to home.
That's crazy, man. I mean, it's a trip to me because I feel like, all right, we all from LA.
Right.
We grew up in the 90s, early 2000s. We were out in these streets and, having a good time. So like we've all had our fair share of experiences, dudes trying to bribe you, we're going to certain neighborhoods, doing certain things. Like we would go to parties and like, you find out that party is somewhere like, nah, I ain't going over there.
Right.
And I feel like Roscoe's, for me at least, that's one of them spots like on Manchester, man, I ain't going over there, dude. Like
that's the east side. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't, no disrespect to people that live on the east side, but I ain't going on the east side like that, like to go to Roscoe's. And if you are a rapper, artist, you got all these chains on and everything else, I just feel like it's, the odds are against you coming to certain spots like that, again, you out here with your fam, you're just trying to have a good time, but like folks that come from out of town got to be smarter with how you move out here in LA. You know what I mean? Like we know a little better than people than out of towners do, but it's just unfortunate. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate that it got to the point where we got dudes coming into a restaurant in the middle of the daytime in front of the public and all types of other people and just on display robbing somebody. Like, I saw a report of a family, a dude was there like with his daughters and like they had to see that, and it's like it gets crazier and crazier, man. And when you hear these stories, it sucks, man. But it just takes me back to times when we were out and doing things, and LA's tricky, man.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Cause so just for reference, this happened about 1:30 in the afternoon.
Yeah. Middle of the day.
Yeah.
On a Monday.
Crazy. That's wild. Like to your point, I mean, I definitely agree with what you said, Rob. For me, it's the same thing. Like LA is no punk. Like I'm like, people think LA is this and that. They see stuff on TV, right, and they come out here and they think they're invincible because X, Y, and Z. I'm like, nah, it's robbing season year round out here, especially now due to the pandemic and other factors, economic factors that's going on within the city that are people are taking you to task on stuff. Now it's unfortunate that this has happened. It's senseless for sure. However, there's certain things where I'm looking at it from the standpoint of being smart. Like, okay, now again, he should not got. I mean this in the sense of like, no one should be dying over this at all.
Right. But
if you're going to do stuff like this, you can't be social media posting like as freely as he was. People looking at that, they're looking for you.
Right.
You're basically saying, hey, come find me. I'm here. And and people are trying to blame his girlfriend for the issue. And it's not her fault.
Yeah.
Like it's not her fault at all. All she was doing is being what we always do. Post our food, drop our location, do it for the gram. Nothing wrong with that. But when you're that type of profile and you're that type of celebrity, knowing that, okay, I probably will have a target on my back. I'm walking around with this type of stuff and I'm in this side of town. I need to be smarter. Again, it doesn't make an excuse for him being killed. It was senseless. Right. It's unfortunate. My thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family. I mean, this is like another rapper that we've lost in the past 4 years, literally once a year. We had Nip, we had Pop Smoke, we had Young Dolph, and now we have PNB. And it's just like, cats are looking for people, and it's not, and unfortunately it all stemmed for something people, seeing stuff on social media in most cases, So people just got to be smart. And if you come to LA, man, you can't be in certain areas flexing like that. You just can't. Right. You just can't.
Right.
Yes. So man, so a couple things for me on this, right? So earlier that day, I was actually in that area, like maybe like an hour or so before this happened. I was over there. Probably just passed through the area or whatever. So it's crazy. It was crazy for me to hear the story because I literally drove past that Roscoe's and just looked in the parking lot. It's like, yeah, I would never stop there again in life.
Nah.
I grew up not far from, maybe 5-10 minutes from there.
Right.
So that you know the freaking area, where to go and where not to go. Then I was talking to one of my boys today, man. He was showing me the video that I guess dude had on his big PNB chain, another chain. He had the watch on, like the whole video when he was on the way there. His girl was driving the Maybach
in the car. Yeah.
Why are you okay? You live in LA. About. You live in LA, obviously, or you got a house out here, whatever. You can't call nobody to tell you, hey, don't go to that one. You in the Maybach.
Right.
You got your jewelry on. Don't stop there. Like, for example, but we live in a city. Unfortunately, people want to visit all the time. Rappers, actors, whoever want to move out here. But you got to be careful, man. Like for example, I wore this just because I got this when I sold Rob his house. But I don't wear it. I don't wear this in public. Like, I don't feel like I need to. I don't feel like I need to impress anybody. I'd rather appear broke.
It's true.
I'd rather walk around in basketball shorts and whatever. But for reference, if you see me and I got this on, that means I got something else on me too to make sure that I'm protected.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the main reason, just to showcase, like, dude, my PNB, I heard a couple of his songs. I can't say I was a fan or whatever, but it's tragic that he lost his life.
30 years old, two daughters.
You moving around LA, got your jewelry on, they say at least like $500,000 worth of jewelry, no security. You got a Maybach Benz, so you just spent $200,000-$300,000 on that car. What are you doing, bruh? Like, what are you doing? Like,
of all the Roscoe's to go to,
right? All the Roscoe's, you have so many other options
with your chains on. Like, tuck them in. That's the thing. You ain't a punk, flex, man. You ain't a punk by tucking it in,
right?
Pull that shit back out.
Why you even got it on,
man? But
why you announcing it? Like, it's just, that's the thing. It's just certain things. I'm just like, again, I'm not condoning what happened at all, but at the same time, people just got to be smart, and people be peopling in these streets. And I'm just like, I don't understand it.
I don't think it was social media though, man. Like that's just my opinion.
If
you in that area,
you see a Maybach rolling through, you're gonna follow. You're gonna
go in there and see what's up.
You're gonna see who that is driving that car.
Right. So think about it. They could have just robbed him and just took his chain. That's it. Like, nah, dude's like, hey, unfortunate,
it ain't worth your life. It ain't worth your life.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but see, I personally think him and his girl Flake driving through the air LA.
Probably did.
Somebody saw him, followed him, like, oh, okay, they pulling up over there. Oh, this fool got out with the chains and the watch blinging. Hey, come through. He at Roscoe. Social media. I don't even know who his girl is. No, so I doubt half the other dudes know, like, oh, this chick posted they at Roscoe. No, somebody saw that car.
People about that life still in these streets, man. I don't care what you'll say. There's plenty of people still that live that life forever. That's what they know. And do it, as you can see, at 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon on a Monday. With zero F's given.
That's what we were just talking about when the news came out. We were like, it's just, again, going back to, you just got to move different in LA. And like people don't realize that. They think it's, like you said, but whether they think it's just all lights and glitz and whatever. It's like, nah, it really goes down out here. You know what I mean? And there's certain places that you need to stay out of. You know what I mean? If you're trying to floss and flex and do all that. But one of the things that we talked about, which is sad, which makes it more sad, is like our community is the only one that does that. Right. You know what I mean? Like JT, you had mentioned, like you don't want to walk around and flash or whatever. Like there's some cats I know that have more money than anybody in any room ever, but look like a bum. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like just some sweats and a t-shirt and some sandals.
Low profile.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I feel like in our community is the only community where we feel like everybody got to have chains and flex, and especially in the rap community and hip hop and R&B and all that, like everything. It's just, you got to show and flaunt what it is that you I made it. So this is how I show that I made it. But now you're putting a target on your back, and it's just,
we hate on each other so much.
Yeah, it's crazy
as well. And it's just like, it's like we don't uplift our community or individuals within our community enough. We don't support each other enough. Like me telling you, I shouldn't have to show you, I have to show you physically. I got to have the physical receipts on me to let you know I got something. And that may not be mine. I might have rented that. You're not going to know.
Exactly.
That might be, you can rent jewelry, you can rent cars, all that shit. And people do it on the daily. And it's just like, why? For what?
As minorities, man, I feel like we have to compete with each other, right? Yeah. Unfortunately. There's nothing wrong with having gold, because if you know the history of gold and, the whole Africa thing and whatnot, nothing wrong with having gold and diamonds. You ain't got the biggest chain. Sometimes rappers compete with each other. I got the biggest chain. I got the most diamonds. I got the VVSs or whatever, whatever. You don't have to do, like you said, Rob, you got people, like you look at, let's look at like Jay-Z, for example. Jay-Z's a billionaire now. He don't wear big chains anymore. No, he comfortable. He ain't got to show that I'm a billionaire. I'm a billionaire.
He be looking bummy nowadays.
Yeah.
I would too.
What? Ain't no reason to.
It's that mentality, man, that we got to compete with each other instead of help each other mentality.
Right.
Unfortunately cost them their life.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
And that's kind of a good segue into our next topic. Because, part of the reason that people floss and flex is doing it for the gram, doing it on social media and TikTok and everything else. They want to, that's a way for them to show off what they got and let people know who they are, how far they've come and everything else. And so just in talking about social media, we all, JT, we both have kids. Roy got, nieces and things like that. You know what I mean? You got little brother, nieces and stuff like that. So
yes, I do.
At what age do y'all feel it's okay for kids to be on social media? Because I know a lot of kids now that, they be coming telling me stuff that they seen on TikTok and Instagram. I'm like, well, how are you on social media like that? Like young kids. But what age do y'all think is okay? Or like, when would you allow your kids to be on social media?
I think I'll let y'all with the kids go first.
Hey, so it's a tough one, man. I think they need to be mature though, in a sense, right?
Right.
Because there's so much stuff on there. I know my sons, they live with their mom, right? But when they're with me, they're on TikTok watching these videos and this stuff's uncensored, unfiltered, cussing, this, that, and ain't no pornographic stuff on there, but it's just the stuff that the people are saying is uncensored, right? So if you are as a parent are not there censoring it, your kids is watching everything. Learning anything.
Right.
So they're not mature to understand what the hell they're watching and what's going on, then their mind is just going to be all messed up. Right. So I don't think it's I mean, I couldn't say anywhere before, man, and this is late to me. I would say like 12, really, because they're close to teenage years, whatnot, and they could possibly understand. Maybe what are they in junior high by then, or whatnot. But 9, I know kids 9, 8, all that have phones already. That's already on there, and sometimes I don't have TikTok, and I don't really use Facebook, and sometimes I use IG for this, but besides that, it's like, what are you doing on here as a kid? Right. Like, what are you really doing? Like, I use Facebook to talk to my high school friends or whatever, IG to talk, to post funny stuff. But as kids, what are you doing? Like, who are you talking to? Right. Except for some pedophile or somebody trying to just do something crazy. Right. So yeah, nah, man, I don't know. Go ahead,
Roy.
Well, I don't have any kids of mine, but you don't need to be a parent to just know what's right and what's wrong, what makes sense. So no, I definitely agree with the maturity level. I mean, I don't necessarily know if you can put an age on maturity, but it varies. For some people, I think 12 to 13 is appropriate. Some it may be later than that. It may be like a junior or senior in high school because of the fact you just can't handle shit. Like you got to protect yourself from yourself. But I think ultimately when it comes down to it, it's just understanding the dynamics of how social media works and the access that you're giving people. Like you're getting access, but you're also giving people access to you in your life. And you pick and choose how you're going about what you're choosing to show. Cyberbullying is real. I mean, that's something that comes up a lot, especially with young kids, and it causes things with mental health, and in some cases people kids depression, commit suicide, and unfortunately may end up shoot up a school. I don't know. I say that loosely, but it's true. Right. But I mean, think for me to answer the question, I think like teenage is probably a good time because you would think, depending on how you're raising your child, they're mature enough to understand, what's on there, what they should be looking at, what they shouldn't. I assume that there's some type of guidelines in place. I'm following your ass too on there. Like my niece is older, but I've been following her since she's had social media at teenage years, and I comment on her stuff. She knows I'm in there like, hey, Unc is watching. I'll let you live, but Unc is watching. So you gotta get those constant reminders.
I'm the same way, man. My teenage sons, twins, they freaking are on IG, and I'm watching. Yeah, actually, my son he follows our this IG page too. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He said, man, I'm supporting you, Dad. I said, I don't know if you should be listening to what we're talking about.
And that's the causative effect of it. Like, there you go. You have to be aware of that too, because how are you going to be on social media and posting this and expect your kid not to do it either? So it's that trade-off there, and them understanding, exactly why you're doing it.
But you have to be a parent too.
Right.
Right. I see so many parents where they just give their kid the phone and have no idea what's in it, what's going on or whatever. Right.
Yeah.
Or don't explain nothing to them. Like, as a father, man, raising boys, I got to explain stuff. Okay. This is what that is. This is all that stuff. This is what we talking about. Did you listen? What do you feel about, all that stuff, because I try to explain to him. I'm pretty sure he gonna listen to this. I went through everything that you think you're going through right now.
Right.
Every scenario that you think you're going through right now as a teenage boy, I'd already been through it. So I'm the best source of advice that you have as far as growing up. So you need to hear the real, because if you don't hear it from me, you're gonna hear it from somebody else. So I'd rather you hear it from me.
Somebody stupid too.
Yeah, exactly.
But think about it like when we were that age too. Like how many times our parents were like, "Oh, you just whatever."
You don't know what you're talking
about. You don't realize it until you're older or you're a parent yourself, and you realize, damn, moms or pops was right. And that's a part of the trade-off of you have to do with the kid is like, hey, okay, to your point, I've been in your position. I know what it's like to question like, oh, that was 20 years ago. Times not like that. Nah, shit ain't changed. It's the same stuff. It's just a different way of doing it. Same shit, different toilet, Well,
that's
what it is.
That was the funny part is that, both of y'all said like teenage years, preteen, early teenage years. For me, man, I'm trying to keep them off as long as I can.
Right.
And you know what y'all saying, like teenage years, I want to say that too, but I'm also like, hell no, because that's when shit gets crazy. That's when the hormones start raging. That's when that's when you really in the shit. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like
you're gonna lose your cool once your daughter bring a boyfriend home, man.
I'm gonna lose all my shit. I'm gonna have my guns on the table and everything.
Man.
It's gonna be that scene from Bad Boys.
Hey, for real. No, it's gonna be
coming
from
to the door.
Who the fuck is you?
Who the fuck is you?
Like
sweating and shit at the door, like
I don't even honestly want them having even like I don't even want them having smartphones at all.
I'm here to take out Kiyomi.
Who?
I'm here.
Who was you? Who was you?
I'm like, you ever had your shit pushed in? Like, what?
We at the door stuttering like, I'm here to take out Kiyomi.
Adam's off my porch. Shivering.
Get your ass off my porch.
He looking like he's 30.
Drop kick his ass.
Nigga, you at least 30.
Right. Nah, it's real.
Chitty bang bang.
Right. It's real. Social media is
you just gotta, you already know how to parent, man. You just gotta keep talking to them, man. Cause I watch a lot of these shows, man, where the freaking kids, like Roy said, they getting cyber bullied, they committing suicide, all type of stuff, man.
Pedophiles
stuff on social media. Yeah, it's just like, man, where are the parents at when this stuff is happening, right? So you got to protect them from it. Like have access to it. I know parents who got access to their kids.
Gotta have access.
They can log in.
That passcode. I want all that. Right.
Hey,
log in and see the DMs.
It ain't happening.
It's there's so much you can do,
right?
But you're not going to see everything.
You know.
So like that again, it goes back to how you're parenting to start off with, what kind of communication you have with your kids, and how open that is, and everything. But we was all teenage. We got away with all kind of shit. Our parents thought they knew what was going on, but they didn't know. So our kids gonna do the same thing. But it's like you got to instill in them what you can, and then so that's what for me. Like, oh man, honestly, I'm trying to get my kids flip phones. They having flip phones, dog. I ain't even giving them no damn smartphones until they like 18.
Analog phone.
Yeah, you get an analog, dog.
Hey, speaking of getting away with stuff, y'all remember when we our parents told us we couldn't go to prom?
About to incriminate us?
No, I ain't gonna say the story, but they told us we couldn't go to prom.
Oh, they were pissed off?
Yeah, they were mad about it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We still went.
Yeah,
we had a great time.
Yeah, we still
had a great time.
Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy.
Good times, man.
Yeah.
All right.
They ain't know no better.
Yeah. Kids being kids, man. Kids being kids.
All right, look. All right, my turn, right?
Yeah, man.
We're gonna jump into nurse. I'm gonna give me a shirt that says nurse love on it. And it's gonna have
that copyrighted already?
Nice logo on it or something.
I don't know. That's copyrighted.
Hey man, stop hating.
You're gonna get sued.
I probably am. They gonna sue this though. So look, okay, I got a little ice break before I jump into the topic, right? What's a good song? Not your favorite song, a good song to put on when you about to get it on.
Some Teddy P. No. Heard of? No.
The Neptunes. Nah. I'm not going first. I'll tell you why I'm not going first.
Okay.
Because I don't really do the music thing.
I'm okay. Just say if you had to, right? God damn it, you make stuff difficult for no reason.
I'm a difficult dude. I don't know.
It's like The Notebook. Like, God damn it, what do you want? Hey, so look, let me throw one out there, and it ain't got to be a right answer.
Clips grinding.
Sons of Funk pushing inside of you.
It is a good song. No, it's a good song.
It is.
So I think with certain songs, it's like, all right, I guess there's levels to the song you're using based off of the person you're with and how long you've been with them. There's going to be different things that, maybe this is like a first or second date. What? Are you trying to insinuate some shit?
Hold on, man.
So you telling us that you
about.
So the longer you go ahead, Rob. Go ahead.
You telling us that you like subliminally be trying to hit your chick before it actually happens? Like you like put on a song, try to get her to be like.
Hey, Mace told y'all years ago. Mace told y'all years ago, get in their head before you get into bed, right? I'll believe that shit. That shit's real. So there's nothing wrong with subliminal messaging. Kind of throw it out there, kind of like, all right. I mean, you're gonna throw on certain songs that kind of be like, okay, I know what this means. panty dropping songs. I mean, come on, like that's not. Oh, we're gonna do this right now.
Hey, I listen to I listen to R&B anyway, man.
Right.
So
I do too.
It don't even matter. I'm throwing on something. It ain't got no subliminal behind it. It could just be because I just listen to that.
Well, I'm just going back to my younger days when I did stuff like that. I don't really do the music thing now because I don't care. It could be pans banging outside. I don't care. It don't matter. It could be a sprinkler on outside. I don't care.
so you hitting it to the sprinkler noise?
Yeah, man. Yep.
You smoke.
Whatever it takes. Captain America voice. Whatever it takes.
Yeah, I bet. Okay.
No, but back then I did. Back then I put subliminal message on something, you know.
Janet Jackson
to the song.
Place.
Yeah, no difference that you used to do the same shit on your
Anytime,
voicemail. Like you insinuate some shit. Like, are you not?
Hey, you know how you did that? This is Roy. He's reached Roy's voicemail.
Yeah, you know this is.
And let the song
you know what
play
to do
after he finished talking.
Hey, so leave a message and I'll get back to you.
Long ass pause, music playing.
Yeah.
You know who
come on, man. You know what this is. You know why I want to go in your room and look at your CDs. Like, come on.
Look at your CDs.
Let's be real.
Damn,
put on
you
whatever
taking
you
it
want.
all the way back.
6-disc changer.
What's this one?
You better have that 6-disc changer in your room too. Otherwise, I'm leaving.
All right. Let me segue into tonight's question, man. Today's question.
What?
So
y'all started this shit.
Hey, them 6-disc with them singles.
Got 6-disc changer that better have a shuffle button.
Them singles.
Yep.
All right, look.
These shuffles.
Look, so here the question.
All you hear is a loud ass thing mixing in between tracks.
I look up like, all right, that's just the machine, not the doorknob opening.
The track's changing.
Opening.
Hey man, shut the hell up. Anyway, so look, here's today's question.
You guys are foul.
Do you kiss after going down, or do you let her kiss you after going down?
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes to both.
Yeah. Why not? Why the fuck not?
You don't?
No, that's the question. God damn it.
We all say yes. You didn't
look like
I'm just trying to see if there's anything you want to expound on, in regards to that. Because the reason that's a nice question, because some people say, ew, that's nasty.
But why though? Why was that nasty? I mean,
it's you.
Okay, so full disclaimer, I've done that and then kissed another, like in my day, back in the day. I've done that and probably would kiss another girl that same night. I've done that.
Oh, hell no. What the fuck?
What? I mean, you don't think about it that way. I didn't think about it that way. I've done that.
True.
Yeah, I've done that. But I'm about to tell you this. I'm gonna feel some kind of way if that shit got back to me the other way around.
Yeah, you found out.
Dude dick and kissing me in the mouth. I'm like, man,
how would you know?
How would you kiss me in the mouth?
I wouldn't know. I'm just saying, if we had a conversation, she just was like being like, bitter or just upset. Like, you know what? I'll said such and such on the way here, and yeah, you got them all in your mouth, man. Somebody gotta die.
So what you gonna do? Like, it's over now. You done did it.
Just be upset. Say get out.
You ain't gonna mean it.
Kiss her tomorrow after she brushed her teeth.
I'm gonna say you don't mean that. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say you don't mean that. You don't mean that. No, I mean I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean,
no,
I don't
absolutely,
really think that
absolutely nothing wrong.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think it's funny that people would think that though.
So, but
my dick.
Have y'all ever kissed a girl?
Yes.
Or even not even like started to kiss a girl or smelled a girl's breath that smelled like some dick or some nut?
Wow.
You ever smell a chick like somebody like you ain't even got to kiss her, but somebody like talking to you? Because
your breath smells like dirty dick.
I've definitely had a girl like talking, like just it's somebody close to you and they talking, and you like it wasn't my girl, but it was like like she talking. I'm like, she smelled like she just finished sucking some dick. Like I smell like nut. Like it's a very distinct nut has a distinct smell. Like
yeah, it does.
Your breath smell like nut. Like come.
I'm pretty sure I have. I think I can remember more so some chicks' breath smell like ass.
Oh damn!
Nah, real talk. I'm not even exaggerating that shit.
Hey man, she might have tooth decay or something like that.
No, I know
gingivitis.
Tooth decay is bad, but that's a different smell. I've
Like
been
booty,
experienced
like
by
booty
that too.
cheeks?
Like
Straight
booty cheeks, like butthole. Like
damn.
it's
She was licking that gooch.
Did you
like you couldn't like.
Did you tell her?
No, I just kind of was just like, all right, I gotta go. Like, 'cause I don't know how you say that. Like, how do you say to somebody like, hey, you know, your breath smells like booty hole?
Okay.
Do you just say it just like that?
Just forget breath, right? So
Okay.
even if it's not breath, if somebody just smells, how do you tell them?
I just offer a fix, maybe a mint, maybe some gum. You know,
what if it's body odor?
Oh, you're talking about
washcloth?
hygiene?
Yeah,
Oh, you're talking about
washcloth?
I was talking about breath.
Yeah,
oh,
I'm just
not
talking
breath.
about in
Oh,
general, because you said how do you
no,
tell
I
them?
can't
So-
offer you anything. You need to be, you know, fresh and ready to go. I can't offer you anything if you're not. I have to just go.
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah.
I'm very my
exit
nose is
stage
very
left, dog.
yeah,
Exit
my
stage
nose is very
left.
sensitive, things like that. And I won't
Right.
forget. Like I can't forget that shit. It's hard. I tried, it's hard.
Okay, so back to my original,
Facts.
right?
Penis.
So what do
Penis
you
limp.
what do you
Right.
say to somebody that thinks that's nasty?
You said what?
I said back to the original. What do you say to someone who thinks that's nasty?
What is?
To kissing after going down with somebody?
Yeah.
I mean, it's your own. I mean, it's all juices, bro. Like it's all the same shit. Like,
yeah, I have to be like, well, explain to me why. I need to know your why behind it. Like, what's your reasoning for that? It has to make sense because that math ain't mathing to me. It's just not. I'm like, wait, you don't want me to kiss you after I went down on you? Like, what?
Right.
But this is you.
Right.
I don't.
It's you.
Understand. Yeah, you got to make it make sense.
Yeah, but and vice versa though. Like I'm talking about both ways, right? Like she done did you.
Yeah.
She come up for air and then bam, she in your face.
Come up for air.
All right. I mean,
breathe through your ears.
I don't think that hard about it. Oh,
No,
she's like, she's saying she said that?
No. So I'm just topic, right?
Okay,
so I thought about it like a man who's saying, "Oh, that's nasty," right? You know, I'm thinking like, did you not wash yourself down there? Like, you don't want her in your face? Like, you know, like what's the purpose? Like, why do you think that's terrible? You know, I'm just trying to think of excuses. Like,
I wouldn't even care.
Or some type of
honestly, whether I wash myself or not.
What do you call it? Some type of like, not emotional issue, but like, you know, one of them where you got like I don't know, you got
maybe
you think it's gay, you think it's gay, yeah, you think it's gay or something.
It's possible. Brings them back to shit. I don't know.
Brings back some kind of memory. You think it's gay?
I don't think that hard about it. I'm like, hey, if you're willing to go down there and whatever like realm I'm in or how I'm feeling, or clean or not clean, and you're willing to go down there.
You're in the shadow realm,
right? You're ready to go down there and do the
homeless realm. What?
It's my responsibility to show you my appreciation. Yeah, you get a kiss in the mouth. Sure, why not?
Okay, so to elaborate on JT's,
salt? Is that saltine?
The fuck is that? Straight off of that homeless realm. He like, hey, you gonna go down there?
Look, sometimes shit gotta happen.
To elaborate on JT's question, so does that include tongue in it? Like, are y'all kissing with tongue like that?
Hey, look.
Taking a step further.
Whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
If
that's my answer to everything, whatever it takes.
If and when I go down there and it's like a glazed donut, you getting all that on you. Like I'm coming all that. I'm coming, you getting all of that, you know. So it's going down. You know, ain't no holding back. Yeah, you getting all that.
All right. So here's the follow-up. What was the other way around? And you know, let's say maybe you missed a shot, you shot in the mouth or shot somewhere where it's, you know, visually not appetizing, and she comes up and she's in your face like, hey babe, so she's like, do are you gonna wipe that out? Are you gonna get that? Are you gonna do something with that? Like, and even still, then she's like, yeah, all right, I need a kiss now. Does that like mentally fuck with you?
Hey, go ahead, Rob.
Yeah,
I'm just asking.
It would.
Yeah.
Visually,
I think so too.
I would want you to get that off before you kiss me. Just just
in my head, I'm kind of like,
give it
damn, you do this shit way too freely. Like, how often are you doing this? Like, you know, You just letting shit just sit right there on your left cheek.
You feel that? You feel that? You got something.
Right.
You got
on your bottom lip. Like you gonna let that shit hang there? Like you don't do nothing about that.
She probably thinks that you like it. That's why it's sitting there. Like, oh look what you did. Oh look, honey, look what you did.
Look what you did.
Look what you did. Clapping for you and shit.
I'm throwing that towel right at your face. Do something about that shit, man. Fuck out of here. What you talking about?
Oh man.
All right, cool.
Stuff,
yeah, that was a good one.
Your face.
But wait.
Oh
man. Yeah, so I think that's the end, man. Make sure y'all continue to support, watch, subscribe, tell a motherfucker, respond on IG when the questions pop up, all that.
Respond.
Don't be look.
Don't be shy and scared either, man.
Look,
it might be so scary.
Some people people don't realize when the IG page posts stuff and it's asking like for a comment, it never tells us it tells us who you are, but it doesn't tell everybody else who you are. So you're anonymous, right?
Right.
You don't have to worry about everybody.
Even if we
like,
share your message, it's still anonymous.
Yeah. So don't worry about everybody knowing like, damn, she said that. Damn, he said that. Like,
they'll come looking for you.
Yeah,
that's funny.
Like, damn, he's sucking and fucking like that over there.
But yeah, man, all podcast platforms, Apple Podcast, Spotify, everywhere. Go subscribe and follow so you get the notifications when we drop episodes. YouTube, check us out on the YouTube page. You can watch on there. But yeah, man,
we take topic suggestions too, so feel free to send them over
and tag somebody.
Talk about, we're
tag somebody
too.
Tag somebody that need to hear this.
I start drinking already. I don't know about y'all.
My cup is empty.
Oh, okay.
I'm drinking water.
Good
hydrating.
Yay, Rob.
Yeah.
For you.
Whatever.
All right.
Bye, guys.
Right.
Episode 16, we done, man.
Bye.
Bye.
Whatever.